Hi everybody, I'm Morgan Vanderwall,
And I'm Ryan Fordham.
and we're Ryan and Morgan Take Oregon, and today we're here with Joshua Kittel of Opus Advisors.
Josh, can you tell us a little bit about what Opus Advisors has to offer for potential clients and anybody that you might see on a day-to-day basis?
Sure. Opus Advisors is a local mortgage company here, based mainly out of Eugene, but we actually lend through almost all 50 states. We have quite a few programs, cover all the traditional things that your typical home buyer would want, conforming the government loan programs, but also have programs like construction, renovation loans as well. So
Okay, perfect.
Wide range of products.
So Josh is here with us today to discuss a little bit about what potential buyers in this market should be looking out for, potential pitfalls of being in this market, and what he might suggest as a lender in order to next secure your next purchase. So Josh, can you give us a little snippet on some things to do with credit score?
Sure.
Because I know that's kind of a big topic amongst buyers.
Absolutely. That credit score is probably one of the biggest questions that I think most clients have. Everybody knows it's important, but they don't really know kind of what goes into it. What is a good credit score? So yeah, I'd be happy to talk about it. So, on a kind of a 10,000-foot view of what credit is, there's lots of different scoring models out there. And I think the first thing to tell a client is when you're online and you go to like mycreditscore.com or freecreditreport.com or your credit union sends you your credit score, it's important to realize there's lots of different credit scores and scoring models out there, but they don't all apply to lending. So just because you're online and you see maybe a credit score of 700 doesn't mean when you go to apply for a loan that you're going to see that same score.
Okay.
Really, when it comes down to it, there's about 52 different algorithms that the credit scoring model of FICO uses,
Okay.
which is what the lending world uses is the FICO model.
Okay.
But out of that 57, lenders only use 11. So, and again, FICO is just a proprietary company that came up with a scoring model. That's basically what it is. And then they tailor that for different things. So when you're going to apply for a car loan, a car dealer, what they consider to be acceptable risk for them is different than a credit card company, and it's different for a mortgage company.
Okay.
So that's the important thing to notice there is again, online, or if you just bought a car and you got a certain credit score back from your dealer, don't think that that's going to carry right over to your lender. Okay.
Interesting.
As far as scores and stuff, a perfect scoring model goes up to about 850 in the FICO, bottoms around 350. So that's your range. And I would say a credit score of above, your top tier platinum score would be that 760 and higher. But it's not as simple as that because depending on your down payment and loan program, it may not be that sensitive. But we'll just say as a general, platinum 760, really good credit score 7 to 760. I'd say good credit scores at 7 to maybe that 680, moderate 680 to 660. And then you get into kind of fair in that 660 to 640, and then below 640 to 600 is when you start getting into some of the lower scores.
Okay.
But with that said, it's really important to also realize that there's a lot of negative news out there saying you have to have stellar credit in order to qualify. It's not the case.
Okay.
Keep in mind, program really determines that. There are programs that go down to 600 credit score.
Okay.
So that's the first thing, just overall about score.
Okay.
With Opus, I can tell you with like VA, we typically want a 620 or higher credit score.
Okay.
And that's for veterans out there, and that would be a great program to talk about in more detail for your veterans. The next one's USDA. USDA is another 0% down. So if you're looking for 0% down, but you're not a veteran, that's kind of your go-to program. It's a little stricter. It wants typically a 640 or higher credit score.
Okay.
And then FHA is where you're going to find your most liberal credit scores. FHA doesn't actually really have a bottom. I'd say you can go as low as 580.
Oh, wow.
At Opus, we want a 600 or higher, so we're going to be a little bit more. That's kind of where most of the market's at, but there are a few lenders you might find that will go down to 580. So
Okay. Awesome.
credit is so important, and it's not just important as far as qualifying or not qualifying. It can have a difference of what your rate's going to be, what your mortgage insurance is going to be, what programs are available. And when it comes to credit, there's hard stops at different scores. So a 1-point difference in your credit score can make a difference in qualifying for a program or not qualifying, or it can make a difference in your rate being higher or lower, or your mortgage insurance, if it's required, being higher or lower.
Okay.
And when a lender looks at your credit report, we can look at that and a lot of times find little things that you can do to fix over the next 30 to 60 days. If you do it, can have sometimes a drastic impact. Clients all the time, is not uncommon. This is not guaranteed for everybody, but it's not uncommon to sit there and find quick fixes that can get 30 to 80 point differences
Wow.
in your credit score, and that is what it has a huge difference in what it takes to qualify.
Yeah.
And if you wait until you actually go in and start writing a contract on the home, you don't have the time to fix it now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're gonna have to take the rate that you got.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Well, that's some really great information for everybody. We appreciate having him here.
thank you very much.
Yeah,
I've
thank
enjoyed
you.
it. You're welcome. All right.
Thank you, sir.
You bet.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.